Hey Insider, Alice and I have just come out of the gym here in Kyoto, my final day here. And today I want to talk to you about how you can master self-discipline. Self-discipline for both Alice and I, something that we used to struggle with. In fact, for those of you who don't know Alice, she's my sister. Some people say I kind of look like Alice without makeup or something. I don't know, but that's a topic for another day. Anyhow, she basically used to be addicted to smoking, alcohol. Not sure about the drugs, kind of like myself. I mean, you've tried drugs, right? But yeah. One of the things we used to really struggle with, at least for myself, on an extreme level, is laziness. And when I began to delve myself into the world of personal development and eventually be able to network with the world's 1%, what I noticed in regards to the common pattern is every successful person is self-disciplined. You see, the number one thing I find out there that really trips people up is that they're not able to remain consistent with their actions. You see, it's not about doing something once that gets you results. It's about how many times can you actually do it, and can you consistently do it every single day until you don't even question that habit. It becomes something that's part of you. That's the secret to success. It's not that sexy, it's not push button system, but what I found is this is a key skill. So today I want to just share with you some of the things I do, just top of my head. I've created some in-depth videos in regards to this, so be sure to type in self-discipline Success Insider on YouTube and check out more videos after this. But today I'm going to share with you some of the tools that I use that helps me to get stuff done. You know, we are on a holiday right now, but we still go to the gym because, you know, we are disciplined and it's just part of who I am. So Alice, did you want to start off and reveal some of the things that you do to remain disciplined? Because just give some idea, about 2 years ago, Alice was a little bit overweight. I'm not sure if I should say that.
Thanks, Tim.
I can say that now, huh? Yes, no, but you was a little bit. You was a little bit. In the nicest way possible. We're a little bit no BS, you see. Okay, Alice. So, how do you remain self-disciplined? What's the strategy that you use?
Well, thanks, Tim. Okay, well, firstly, it is true. A couple of years ago, I was a little bit overweight, and one of the strategies that I use to stay consistent, because of course, when you stay consistent, it becomes a habit. And what I do is prioritize. So the night before, I would ask myself, okay, tomorrow, what is the first thing that I'm going to do that's going to help me to bring more result? And I'll make sure that that is my first priority. And until I've done that, until it's completed, I won't be able to do anything else. And that's the mindset that I have. So make sure to, this is what I do, is I always just set my mind up for success by prioritizing. So that's one of the strategies that I use.
So prioritize it?
Yeah.
So what do you prioritize?
So I will prioritize, number one thing would be the gym. So I will make sure that I exercise first thing in the morning, and that just helps me to stay consistent. It actually make me feel really energized.
Yeah.
Give me that extra boost of motivation.
So you prioritize health?
Yeah.
How about if somebody's struggling with health? What would you prioritize then?
If somebody is struggling with health, then I would make sure to plan. So I always plan myself the night before how the day is going to look like. So in a day, I wouldn't necessarily just flow. I would always prioritize myself by planning. Nice.
So plan. I like that. Something I always talk about is set yourself up to win. You know, winners, they have a specific strategy for the days that they don't feel good, and this is why they always excel no matter what the circumstances is. Okay, so you're a planner. Yeah, I like that. I'm also a planner. One of the things that I started a decade ago is basically to remain self-disciplined or build self-discipline, because I believe self-discipline is like a muscle. It's not like you go to the gym once and you expect to gain muscle, right? It's something that you got to consistently do. And to build this as a muscle, what you got to realize is this: the small stuff matters so much. And I've got a bit of a, I suppose, a bit of a woo-woo spiritual view in regards to this, but when I began to just have a breakthrough a decade ago in terms of where I was and where I began to see myself being in terms of my future self, I began to realize how my intuition was saying to do things, and then that little voice in my freaking head was telling me not to do it. And I view this today as almost like being guided. Every single day I've got choices. Just like, for example, yesterday we came across do you remember that big staircase?
Yes.
You know, my head says, Tim, that looks really hard. And then my heart says, Tim, you're gonna thank yourself later. And it's that whole notion of something you may have heard about, how unsuccessful people, they do things when they feel like it, while successful people, they do it so they feel like it. and there's a difference in regards to how we approach life. And my heart, my intuition is always guiding me to do the things that may seem hard from a logical level, but I know it's got a massive future payoff. In fact, yesterday we was at this technology shop, so much freaking tech. And do you remember the fitness equipment we came across?
Yes.
The freaking fads, left, right and center. You put on these pads and you get a six-pack overnight. You know, the people who cannot remain disciplined, they end up literally losing all of their money to all of these freaking scams out there. Because marketers and business owners who create these shady companies, no offense, right, but it's pretty shady because it's just monetizing on those who are not self-disciplined, and that's pretty much 99% of people on this planet. Everybody wants a push-button system. So what I do is I always get guided by my heart. I take action on what my heart says to do. And even if I logically don't want to do it, even if the little voice says not to do it, I just take action because it's part of who I am. It's part of what my heart's saying to do. And even if I don't feel like it, I know it's got something that's a greater long-term payoff, and that's why I find a way and I take action. And so the key lesson for me in regards to what I do is you've got to delay that instant gratification. And nowadays it's something that's, I suppose, easier said than done, since all of the technology is becoming faster. The Wi-Fi is super fast compared to the dial-up modem, if you remember, that's a long time ago. Everything's getting speedier, but in regards to success, it still remains the same. You've got to be willing to delay gratification, and you've got to be willing to give up on your feelings. It's not about waiting for you to feel ready. I mean, when you started the gym, did you feel like, oh my god, I want to go to the gym? Said nobody ever,
no.
Right? And it's like, I remember Alice asked me, Tim, how come you're so good on stages? Because you saw me speaking for the first time about a year ago. And I said to Alice, well, you know, I wasn't. I hated it. First time I went onto the stage, I was so freaking nervous. So I kept on doing it until I felt like it. I didn't wait for that feeling. So give up that feeling inside it and just do it, because you're being guided by your heart. It's trying to create you into the person you're born to become, so embrace it. Because every time you basically let yourself down by doing something that's easy opposed to doing something that's hard, you're scamming yourself. In fact, Alice, we was talking about basically attaching pain to not doing something because that motivates you to do it. One of the things I tell myself is if I don't do something that I promised myself that I'll do, I'm a fraudster of my own life. I might as well be locked up. I might as well get a punishment. And you are. Every single day inside it, you tell yourself you're gonna do something. Every time you set an intention of what you want to achieve in a year and you don't do it, you're a scammer. You're scamming yourself. And that's the worst form of scam. You're letting yourself down and everybody else down. Remember that. So go out there today inside it and be self-disciplined. Alice, if you was to leave them with one final message, what would it be? Go for it.
Insiders, I just want to say, always take massive action and live the life you were truly born to live.
Amazing. By the way, if you want to see more from Alice, maybe I could do more videos. She's been over decades, she's amazing in sales. She's worked for the top 7-figure, 8-figure companies out there. And she's now involved with Success Insider. She's the manager of our company, and she's basically helping us to impact the world on that whole another level. So for those of you who want to succeed in terms of sales, persuasion, do let us know if you'd like to see more videos from Alice on the Success Insider show. Be sure to comment below in regards to that. And thanks so much, Insider, for checking out this video. In fact, yesterday I filmed some videos behind the scenes of the place we're visiting. I can't remember the exact name, but let me show you the show reel to wrap up this video. As always, follow your heart, my friend, and take action. And take action. And enjoy this B-roll from yesterday's vlog.